How did fascism rise in Italy? Have you ever wondered how a political movement can transform a nation? The rise of fascism in Italy is a fascinating tale of social upheaval and political change. Following World War I, Italy faced immense challenges. The war left the country with heavy debts and a struggling economy. Unemployment soared, especially among soldiers returning home. This created a breeding ground for social unrest, with strikes and violent clashes becoming common. The existing liberal government was unable to maintain order. This power vacuum allowed fascist groups to step in and gain influence. From a social anthropology perspective, we can see that the rise of fascism was a reaction to the breakdown of traditional social structures. Italy, unified only in the 1860s, had diverse regional cultures. The post-war period intensified feelings of national crisis and identity fragmentation. Fascism offered a new collective identity focused on ultranationalism and the glorification of Italy's Roman past. It promised to restore order and national pride. The movement drew heavily on the legacy of elite shock troops from the war, known as the Arditi. These veterans formed paramilitary squads called squadristi. They wore distinctive black shirts and were used by Mussolini to intimidate and suppress socialist movements. This violence was often supported by conservative landowners and industrialists who wanted to protect their interests. Mussolini skillfully used symbols from Italy's ancient Roman heritage. He created a sense of historical continuity and cultural renewal. This strategy helped fascism gain popular support by appealing to shared myths and collective memory. Politically, fascism positioned itself as the only force capable of restoring peace amid fears of socialism. This period was marked by what is known as the Red Scare. The fascists gained traction in areas where socialist votes were strong. They used violence and intimidation to weaken socialist organizations and expand their influence. Mussolini's fascist party gradually entered mainstream politics. The March on Rome in 1922 was a significant event that forced the king to appoint Mussolini as prime minister. The rise of fascism in Italy was driven by social and economic crises, the failure of liberal institutions, and violent conflicts between social classes. It also reflected how political movements can harness cultural symbols and social anxieties to reshape identities and power structures.